Hey, welcome back to my channel Endless Pages. I'm Liv and welcome to today's video, which is my May TBR. Hello, welcome to today's video. I'm going to be chatting with you guys about what I am planning on reading in the month of May. If you don't know, in January I introduced my new TBR game, the Criminal Minds TBR game. So if you want a detailed explanation of how the game works, check out my January TBR, which I'll pop up in the cards. And without further ado, let's get into round 3. Welcome to my third ever time playing the Criminal Minds TBR game, which is very exciting. So let's start as always with our episode prompt jar, and I should just quickly mention as well that I'm adding a new prompt to this jar here. So I thought of a new prompt while I was watching the show the other night and thought I'd add it in. So if you can read my chicken scratch, it says a team member goes rogue, or basically like doesn't follow orders, which happens a lot when family members are targeted. So I thought I'd pop this episode prompt in, and the kind of reading prompt that goes with this episode prompt is a TBR jar blind pick. Lovely. Now that I've added our new prompt to our jar, let's randomly pick one until we find one that matches the last episode of Criminal Minds that I watched. And for me, that was season 14, episode 13, Chameleon. So I'm getting towards the end of my rewatch. I never watch Criminal Minds Evolution, I just go back to the start. So soon you'll start to see some very early episodes, which is exciting. Alright, I'm feeling this one. Okay, again, I'm going to pick these out randomly until we find a prompt that matches the last episode I watched. The last watch was a favourite episode. Yeah, I really do like that episode. I don't think I can confidently say it's favourite, but I really do like the episode. I totally forgot that that's where I was up to in the show. Let's pick another one. This one. Alright, what does this one say? The episode has an unsub you feel sympathetic towards. Nope. Let's try another one. This one. The episode has a team bonding scene. No. Next one. Oh, she's a long one. The episode features a team member going through something traumatic. Yeah. Absolutely. That's definitely a match. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. That is our episode prompt for this month. So I believe that's the same episode prompt I got last time, which is unfortunate because I did want to show off some of my other prompts, but it's Criminal Minds, so someone's always going through something traumatic, so I feel like as soon as I pick that prompt, it's gonna match every time. So yeah, that's my episode prompt. So which means that at any point in this round, I have one free roll that I don't have to pick a big book for. It can be used any point in my game, but I just can't decide after I roll. It has to be before I roll that I decide to use it. Okay, I'm gonna quit yapping and actually start moving around this board. There is a quick rule I have to talk to you guys about. I haven't used it yet since this is only my third time playing the TBR game, but the rule is, if the previous month's TBR is not completed, the first 2 rolls that I make do not go towards my progress around the board. So I'm going to roll, go back to the start, roll, go back to the start. Because I did not complete April's TBR. I'm filming this pretty early, but I can confidently say it's not getting done. So I'm going to have to make 2 extra rolls. Okay, roll 1. I rolled a 2. 1, 2, and landed on the jet. So as you saw, I pulled the episode prompt, the team member goes through something traumatic. which usually means I can have a free roll at any point within the game, where whatever I land on, I don't need to pick a book for that prompt, which would have been so helpful in this TBR, because this TBR is just absolutely wild. However, that prompt is only meant to be used not after I've done a roll. I've meant to announce it before I do a roll, so I can't just, you know, take out a prompt that I don't want to do. And as you saw, I completely forgot to do it. I forgot to do it the whole game. So let me know if you think I should keep that prompt for next game, or if I don't deserve it because I forgot about it. So yeah, we're gonna start this TBR video off with admitting that I made a mistake. Which is not surprising, because apparently I can't remember how to play my own game. So yeah, I'm sorry, my hands are really cold, so I've got a warm hot chockey on my hands. So then I showed you roll number 1, which I rolled. Oh yes, before I talk about my rolls, again, you saw that I didn't complete my TBR from April, so I had to take the punishment where the first 2 rolls don't count towards my progress around the board. Roll 1 of my no progress rolls, I rolled a 2 and landed on the jet. The prompt for this is Wheels Up in 30, and this is a book 300 pages or under. So I'm adding a reread for this one, because I keep saying I'm going to do this all year and still haven't. I really want to continue with my reread of Percy Jackson. This probably has ended up in every one of my TBRs this year, I should say. Yeah, it's about time that I catch up with the Percy Jackson world. The show, the new season of the show coming out, which was about this book, has really exacerbated my need to catch up, because I watched the show. I was gonna wait until I reread the book before I watched season 2 of the Percy Jackson show, but I got impatient. So now that it's fresh in my mind that I've just watched the show, I'd love to reread this and see where it differed from the show. But yeah, I want to read Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, reread, I should say. And I think this is like 264 pages last I checked, so fits the prompt. Alright, I've moved our duck back to the start. Let's do our second punishment roll, I guess you'd call it. Ooh, big number, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, thank God. And 6. The profile. Let's pick our 2 profile pics. First up, over 500 pages, of course, and our second prompt is, okay, interesting, book with an adaptation. So roll number 2, you saw I landed on the profile. So the profile is where I pick 2 pretty generic prompts from the pile, and I have to find a book that matches both those prompts. So this one took me like 40 minutes of staring at my shelves, I kid you not, because I made it hard for myself to pick this book, because I was like, 1, I want it to be off my physical TBR, because I'm not reading a 500 plus page book at the moment that's not off my physical TBR. That just seems crazy to me. It's like so much time I could be working on my own physical TBR. 2, I wanted it to be an audiobook. You'll see later why I wanted to keep this TBR under control. Yeah, I wanted it to be an audiobook, and finding one that had an adaptation that was not a fantasy was so hard, because obviously you think 500 plus page book, you think fantasy book. That's typically where they get chunkier, but I didn't want to start a new fantasy series because we need to finish the ones I've already started. So it took me like 40 minutes to figure it out, but I'm really proud because I figured it out, and it's off my TBR cart as well, which is my priority physical TBR. So I'm pretty chuffed with myself with this one. So yeah, so the prompts again, over 500 pages, book with an adaptation, and I picked Battle Royale. This is translated from Japanese, and the original author is Kushin Takami. I'm pretty chuffed. I got the audio for this, so I'll be listening to this one. This is basically, I think the whole plot is you have a bunch of high school students, Japanese high school students, and they're sent to this island and forced to kill each other until there is one left standing. I'm very keen to read this book. It's been on my radar for so long, and I just want to show off how cool this cover is. I think it's like an anniversary edition cover or something. Or maybe it's like a retranslation. Oh, there you go. It's a new translation by Nathan Collins. So you got a brand spanking new cover, and I just think the cover's really cool, and I am really looking forward to listening to this. Okay, let's actually start making some progress around this board. Roll number 3. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every time. The next roll you saw, I landed on Frank, which is a punishment square. The punishment for Frank is, I believe I had this punishment last month as well, so you might remember, but basically I can't do any swap outs. So the books I tell you that I'm reading for the prompts in this video are the books I must read in the month. Otherwise, I can't count it as a successful TBR. So say I decide to change my mind that I want to read a different book for, you know, over 500 pages with an adaptation. If I pick another book, that won't count as a successful completion of the prompt. So I have to keep every book that I tell you guys about today on my TBR. Roll number 4. Yes, big numbers today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Never mind, I regret saying yes. So because I landed on the Reaper, I have to move back 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which lands me on the profile. I swear to God, this has happened to me both rounds I've played this game. I don't know how I have such bad luck, but let's pick another 2 profile prompts because I landed back on the profile. So, first one, physical TBR, nice and broad. Second one, okay, new to me author, can do. Roll number 4, I rolled a 6 and landed on the Reaper, which is another punishment square where I have to move back 5 spaces, which took me back to the profile prompt space. So I picked 2 more prompts for this video, and we got new to me author and off my physical TBR. For those 2 prompts, I picked Go the Distance by Jen Kalanita. This is one of the Disney Twisted Tale series where they reimagine Disney movies and Disney princesses, Disney heroes kind of thing. Yeah, and what if the story had gone a different way? So this is obviously a Hercules retelling, which is one of my favorite Disney movies. I think this story focuses more on Meg, so Meg's quest to become a Greek goddess. So Hercules has regained his godship, but Zeus tells Meg she can't be with the hero because she's mortal. Luckily, Hera has a solution that would see Meg join Hercules on Mount Olympus as a goddess. The quest to rescue Meg's ex-boyfriend's wife from the underworld, the same ex who left her while she was trapped by Hades. Can Meg defeat monsters and gods alike and finally put her past behind her? Or will her fears of commitment have her running away from an eternity of goddesshood with Herc? I don't know what I'm going to think about this. I think this is technically junior, so we'll see how this goes. This could be on my shelf destruct list. Isn't that shocking that I can't remember what I put on there? I don't know. I'll put it up on the screen if it's not, but I think this is also a shelf destruct book, so we got a win-win. Oh, number 5. Okay, thank God. I rolled a 1 and landed on Tara. So roll number 5, I rolled a 1 and landed on Tara. Tara's prompt is LGBTQIA+ rep. I shouldn't admit this in this video because it's probably never going to see the light of day like most of my vlogs, but I have been wanting to for years and have tried to film a reading vlog where I read the shortlist for the Women's Prize for Fiction, and I'm determined that 2026 is the year that this finally happens. So one of the books on the shortlist that just got announced is Kingfisher by Rosie Kelly. This apparently has a queer rep. It's about this guy that becomes infatuated with one of his colleagues. He's like an academic, creative writing academic, and becomes infatuated with his colleague, and even though he's like already in a relationship, but simultaneous illnesses threaten to destroy the precarious reality he clings to. He's forced to question what he can and cannot take from someone. This is a novel about grief, power and desire, and the tangles in between that make up a life. I'm very scared to film this vlog. I'm not a literary fiction girly, but I really want to get out of my comfort zone, and it's a vlog that I've been wanting to film for years. So yeah, we're going to give this book a go. Roll number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, and we've landed on the bowl of chili. On number 6, I rolled a 5 and landed on the chili, and the prompt for that is TBR vet. As you'll see, this TBR continues to be quite big and intimidating as it goes on, so I thought another middle grade might be a smart, safe idea in terms of reading ease and content this month, especially if I'm going to be trying to film the Women's Prize for Fiction vlog. Maybe some nice easy reading in between these literary fiction books might be a good idea. This is Loki Where Mischief Lies by Mackenzie Lee. This is basically like Loki fan fiction, I think. And who doesn't like Loki fanfiction? So this is about a younger Loki who wants to prove himself heroic and capable. Everyone around him suspects of an inevitable villainy, except for Amora, Asgard's sorceress in training, feels like a kindred spirit, someone who values magic and knowledge. But when the duo accidentally destroy one of Asgard's prized possessions, Amora is banished to Earth, where her powers will slowly fade to nothing. Without the only person who saw his magic as a gift and not a threat, Loki slips further into the anguish and shadow of his adored brother Thor. Years later, Asgardian magic is linked to a string of mysterious murders on Earth, and Odin sends Loki to investigate. Descending upon 19th century London, Loki's journey leads him to more than just a murder suspect, but onto a path to discover his powers and who he's meant to be. So, like I mentioned before in my videos, I so have Marvel fatigue. Loki is definitely one of the best things they put out in so long. That TV show is fantastic. Don't get me started on how they're undoing the ending of that show by bringing him into later movies. I just think that just undoes the sacrifice he made and the character development he had, but don't get me started because we'll be here for an hour. But he's one of my favorite characters. I love reading about Loki. And yeah, hopefully this will be a nice, easy read. It's very, very big text. Yeah, this should be a good time, I think. Okay, now I'm on roll number 7. Oh my gosh. Rolled a 1 and I landed on read. Roll number 7, I rolled a 1 and landed on Dr. Spencer Reid. His prompt is genius, read a translated book, and for that I'm going with The Midnight Timetable by Bora Chung, translated by Anton Her. This is a translated book I won from Amplify Bookstores giveaway. They're a Melbourne-based bookstore that only sell people of colour's works. So I was very excited that I won this. This is the author of that book, Cursed Bunny, which I haven't read, but I know it's popular. I think this is literally just like a collection of scary stories and ghost stories, apparently. Yeah. Again, it should be a nice, easy read in between some of these thicker books on this TBR, and I'm even more excited to read it because I didn't pay a cent for it, and yeah, I want it. Roll number 8. Oh, God damn it. I rolled a 1. I'm only rolling 1s apparently, and landed on another punishment cat, which I seem to land on every single time. So that's 3 for 3, I think. 3 rounds I've landed on this punishment square. Roll number 8, I rolled a 1 and landed on our punishment square, Cat Adams. Of course I did. I seem to land on that every game. And the prompt for Cat and the punishment for her is read a 500+ page book, and it has to be physically read. It does kind of work out for me this round, I will say. So for this prompt, I am going with The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. There is so much dust coming off my bookshelves. So I'm so sorry if you can see that on the camera. It's actually crazy how much dust is coming off. I don't dust my shelves enough. Yeah, this is the second book in the Poppy War trilogy. I mentioned in my last video that I'm going to be... the dust is all over the book. I'm going to be meeting R.F. Kuang. Well, maybe, I don't know, she's doing a signing. I'm going to be seeing her talk this month. Well, May. The month that this TBR video is for. So, I never finished the Poppy War trilogy. I read book 1, and I'm like 90% sure I already read this one. Actually, let me double check. Yes, I did already read this one. I just checked. So this is a reread. The first book, The Poppy War, oh my god, how on earth do I even explain the first book? I think it's inspired by like Chinese mythology. You follow Rin, who is this girl from this kind of dirt poor town. She's basically like a peasant, and she takes this test to get into this military academy called Synagard. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Where she learns to be a soldier, and I actually don't know if I should say the rest because I don't know if it's spoilers, but yeah, that's all I'll say. It's about Rin going to Synagard. Yeah. So this continues on from the events of the first book. I obviously can't tell you what it's about because major spoilers. I'm currently rereading The Poppy War as we speak, and I've just forgotten how fantastic that book is and how so drawn in and like absorbed in the story I am. So I'm really keen that I'm rereading these to finally finish the series because I've never read the third book, The Burning God. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to finish this series before I see her talk because they are so big and it takes me a while to get through a page of this book, but I'm gonna give it my best go, and yeah, I'm having a good time either way rereading this series. Roll number 9. This TBR is getting out of hand already. A 2. 1, 2, and landed on JJ. Roll number 9, I've rolled a 2 and landed on JJ. Her prompt is Media Liaison Officer. Read a book featuring a sibling dynamic. For that I chose Gamora and Nebula Sisters in Arm, again by the same author of Loki, which is Mackenzie Lee. This just follows our two sisters from the Marvel movie and Marvel franchise, Guardians of the Galaxy. They're both on the same mission, and Gamora doesn't realise that her sister's on the same mission she is, to go to this planet and tasked with getting the heart of the planet. But I think there's a big conspiracy of what's actually going on this planet. And they might have to learn to trust each other and work together to get off this planet alive. I don't know if this is too much middle grade for one TBR, but oh well, we're getting through some TBR vets. We are now on roll number 10, and we're on the home stretch as long as we don't land on Mr. Scratch. Alright, anything but a 2. Oh, thank God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We landed on the FBI bulletproof vest. And then the final roll, there's no way that I can't finish, but just for the sake of the video, I rolled a 2. And we are finished with round 3 of the Criminal Minds TBR game. So, to quickly wrap up, roll number 10, I rolled a 5 and landed on the bulletproof vest. The prompt for that is a self-care activity. I haven't decided what that is yet. I will probably pop it in some kind of vlog as b-roll footage, to be honest. So let me know in the comments below if you want me to, I don't know, let you guys know in the next TBR video what I ended up choosing. I don't know if you're interested in that. My self-care activities are literally just like, I want to spend all day by myself, so we don't know. I don't know what that'll end up being. Hopefully something more exciting than that. And then we finish the board with me rolling to the finish line. That is my TBR for the month of May. It's an interesting one. I don't know if it'll all go to the wayside while I try and film the Women's Prize for Fiction vlog, but you never know. It could be a month where I have the most amazing reading month I've ever had. Who knows? I never know with my reading how it's going to go. But let me know in the comments below. Have you read anything on my TBR? What did you think of them? What did you think of my TBR? Which books do you think I should start the month off with? Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Give it a like if you did, and subscribe if you haven't, so you can see when I post a video next, and I will see you in whatever the hell I post next. Bye!